What's up, Union Arena players? This is Kyle D, better known as Universities, and today we're going to be talking about all the new decks you can build with Attack on Titan. So without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it.
So guys, if you want to help support the channel with no extra cost, please use the affiliate link down below. It costs you nothing to support the channel, and it's just a great way of doing it while you're checking out cards that you are always ready going to be paying for. So without further ado, let's get into it.
So first list we're going to talk about is Zeke Titan's army. So if you don't know Zeke has a unique skill here. So for each of your pure Titan affiliate on your field, reduce this energy requirement by 1 while any others are on your field. So as long as you have more pure Titans, boom, this thing is going to lead into all your pure Titan affiliate cards on your field gain 1000 DP when played, but activate main, choose up to 1 pure Titan affiliate on the field. It gains impact until the end of turn. If this card is on your front line, all pure Titan affiliate cards gain 1000 DP until the end of turn. So yeah, I mean, why not? Being able to have the Beast Titan boost your deck for all your pure Titans is really good, to be honest with you. You know, pure Titan Zeke Titans, draw a card, then place 1 card into your hand. You know, this deck generates a lot of, it's a green deck, so it tries to generate as much energy as humanly possible. You know, Titan Forest to kind of try to extend the plays by gaining that extra energy by discarding a card. Just understand you will be losing resources to do so. I'm going for Perfect Game, just a good removal spell. Titan Injection, looking at the top 4 cards. This is funny too, because instead of having a normal color trigger in the deck, they use Titan Injection as their color trigger. So looking at the top 4 cards of the deck, reveal up to 1 card among them, add it to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. If a card revealed was a pure Titan affiliate or Rice or Zeke Jaeger in its card name, choose up to 1 of your APs and switch it to active. So yeah, Zeke Jaeger, just being a mad lad, to be honest with you. Just being able to Zeke Jaeger, if you have 3 or more pure affiliate cards on your field, this character gains 15,000 DP. And then when played, 1 of your cards with 2 or less energy requirement, 1 AP, pure Titan affiliate card in your hand, set it to resting from your hand. So again, we're just going to be playing some pure Titans and taking advantage of, you know, like Zeke Beast Titan, but also Rodrius Titan. So Rodrius Titan, this character gains 2000 DP if it is an active if there's an active character on your opponent's front line. This character gains damage 2 as well. So basically it can lead to being some interesting stuff, because again, all they have to do is, you know, to deal 2 damage is very easy, as long as you know, this thing is basically a 7000 DP boss. It swings in for double damage as long as if they're full field. Most likely this thing's going to be able to chip away and deal some great damage and force blocks, because again, they're going to lose out on momentum. So again, I think this is probably one of the weaker decks of Attack on Titan, but you can have some great value. Then we do have none other than our good friend Marleyan Warriors, so Annie Leonhardt. So this deck is focusing on Annie plus, you know, the Colossal Titan. So Annie is basically, if on the front line, when a Marleyan Warrior affiliate card performs Rage from your hand, reduce its energy requirement by 1. So this helps kind of bring the, you know, Colossal Titan down. So again, a deck is trying to do its best to reduce the play costs and just set you up to being able to do these things a couple turns earlier than expected. Your opponent has to be timing everything right. So when played, play up to 1 green character with 3 or less requirement energy and 1 AP from your hand, set it to rested on your field. So again, helps extend your plays. Then one sideline, return up to 1 base card of this rated character to your hand. So again, great way of getting your Annies back. Just pretty solid strategy as well. Ruin Armor Titan, Impact, Nullify Impact. During your opponent's turn, your opponent cannot choose this character with abilities on characters or events unless they pay 1 as an additional cost. So we kind of get the Gojo-esque effect with this card, giving some protection, but it has Impact 1 and Nullify Impact. But here's like the big boss of the deck. So you are playing 3 of it. So Colossal Titan, it's got impact damage 3. So this thing is dealing a lot. But if on the front line, if the number of cards you placed on your front line is reduced by 1, the number of cards you can place on into your front line. Okay, so this basically has that effect similar to one of the the Centipede from One Punch Man. So again, shrinking the size down, which makes a lot of sense because this guy is scary. It's a 6000 DP card, and when played, sideline all characters with 0 energy requirement on your opponent's front line. Then this character cannot be chosen by your opponent's characters or trigger abilities until the end of turn. So the protection skill is really great for this deck. And again, I expect a lot of players to test this deck out and have some great ways of designing their deck. And you know, we fight now is another card that choose all instead. You know, play up to 2 green character, 4 energy requirement, AP cost from your hand, set it to active on your front line and perform raid with them. So again, for 2 AP, this thing does a lot. So just something to think about. I mean, we also have Are We Doing It here? So if you use Are We Doing It Here now once per turn, so it's a hard card, but choose 1 card on your field it generates 2 energy generation until the end of your turn. If there's a character with Hoover in its name on your field, choose up to 1 of your AP switches to active. So at least being able to generate more with your doubles to become 4 cost, because again, you have to get to that 10 as soon as possible, makes a lot of sense. So again, the deck has a lot going for it, and I think a lot of players will definitely enjoy picking up this deck. Now, we do have Levi. Levi is one of those decks that you just don't pick up and play. This deck rewards you for being energy efficient, very much well designed. Again, this card has double attack and a gain snipe, but no impact, which is fair. It kind of controls the board very well. Very Levi-esque in its strategy, which again, just thinking about it, I think this deck is a good pick into the format, but again, it rewards a player that has almost probably 100 reps on this deck. So don't expect this to take this to a major event and just go like, well, I can do well with it. No, don't do that to yourself. I really think that becomes a problem in your mindset. Yes, we are at 10 non-triggers, but again, you need to be consistent because again, this deck needs its volume 2 to be at perfect peak. Again, rewards you for being a good player. You know, Levi is very powerful, the one here, but they also have the starter deck Levi. That's basically if on the front line at the start of the attack phase, if this character is active, choose up to 1 of your APs and switch it to active. And then when attacking, you may pay 1 AP. If you do choose up to 1 character on the field, it gains 1000 AP, and this character cannot be chosen by your opponent's trigger abilities until the end of turn. So kind of cool that Levi feels his own effect every single time. And then Irwin Smith. So look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Levi card among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. If you added a card to your hand, place 1 card from your hand into the sideline. Activate main 1 AP. This character, you know, generates another blue until the end of turn, and at the start of the attack phase, choose up to 1 of your APs and switch it to active. So again, it helps fuel the Levi's effects as well, because again, you're going to be paying, you know, at the end of the attack, you may pay 1 AP to switch this character to active. So again, this thing can attack 3 times with Levi, which is very scary for a lot of players. You know, Levi just being able to do it as well. You know, Mikasa being able to, your opponent can't activate abilities during the trigger checks resulted from damage dealt by this character. So Mikasa being another threat. Choosing up to 1 character with 4000 DP on your opponent's front line, return to their hand. So again, balancing removal threats. Cleanup is pretty decent, just being able to look at the top 2 cards, place any among them on the top of your deck in any order, then place the remaining into the sideline, draw 2 cards. So yeah, a draw 2 is pretty decent and with filtering. Now, we do have the red Attack on Titan deck. This one focuses on big Eren Yeager that is double damage, activate main, choose up to one character with 2000 DP on your opponent's front line, sideline it. So it's not terrible. When attacking, you get either impact, or if you're at 3 or less, you can switch it to active. Being a 5k, dealing 2 damage is really scary, especially near the end game. You do have Mikasa being in the list. If you have a character with Eren Yeager in its card name on the field, choose up to one character with 35,000 DP or less on your opponent's front line, sideline it. Then you also have Armin just being a really great card for its on play. Choose up to one character on the field. It gains 1,000 DP until the end of turn. The next time you choose a character with ability that specifies a BP range, add 1,000 DP to that DP range, which can lead to being adding in for your Eren to try to start removing stuff on the front line a little bit more comfortably. And then activate main. If on the front line, activate this character's when played ability. So you could do this twice and have Eren Yeager's natural ability kill 4,000 DP ability. So just think about it in the deck. It plays extremely well into its strengths, and because Eren Yeager is very powerful, you have basement that basically, if you have a key to the basement in your sideline, reduce the energy cost by 2 in your hand. When played, draw a card, then place 1 card into your hand and sideline, but it's your triple energy generator. You know, this is also your color trigger of the deck, so you kind of, instead of, you know, having a bad card be... This is kind of interesting. I do like the color triggers being part as an event card that has some great effect, but isn't a character. I think, again, sometimes there's just some bad options that you just don't want to use. Now, let's get into a list that I'm personally testing, and this is 100 Corpse. So, again, the deck focuses on Eren Yeager with its impact, but when attacking, place up to one other 4th Cadet affiliate card on your front line on the top of your deck. If your front line is not full, play up to 1 red card with 3 or less energy requirement, 1 AP, 104th Cadet Corpse affiliate from your hand, set it to active on your front line. That character gains at the end of attack phase, return this character to the hand until the end of turn. If you're automatically already having 3 on board, you can just play a character immediately and gain these attacks. The fact we have this omnidirectional mobility gear, drawing 2 cards, then play up to 2 red, 3 or less energy, 1 AP, 4th Cadet affiliate card, your hand, set it to active on the field. Those character gains at the end of the attack phase, return it to hand until the end of turn. So again, you'll be able to deal a lot of damage. We're rushing the daylights at our opponents. We're going to take advantage of cards like Sasha that want her food. So because a steamed potato, sir, just being able to place 3 cards from your hand on the bottom of the deck in any order, draw the number of cards equal to the number of cards you place at the bottom deck. With this ability, choose up to 1 AP, switch it to active. So being able to filter in dead cards that just don't have great value to you at the time can be really good, especially because you can dig. Definitely think 3 AP is the way to go here, but even just having the starter deck raid, when played, draw a card, activate main. If on the front line, place 1 card from your hand, from your life into your sideline. If you do choose up to 1 of your AP cards, switch it to active. You can only activate Eren Yeager's ability once a time each turn. So again, hard once per turn, just being able to place 1 card in your life. If you do choose up to 1 AP, switch it to active. Again, extending your play because you want to be super aggressive. And again, that's just pretty good. I think we have a great list here. I think testing wise, I'll get some more reps in, but I think this is pretty solid for players wanting to build this deck. Now, we do have Historia. Historia, I feel like, is probably, if you're going to go into rare battles, I think this is probably the deck you want to go into. Because again, this focuses on the options that it plays. It has a lot of great ones. It has a good removal that gets scales, but it also has cleanup. Looking at the top, who cards your deck, place any number of them at the top of your deck in any order, then place the remaining cards into your sideline, draw 2 cards. You have memory, that's draw a card, then place 1 card from your hand into the sideline, choose up to 1 AP, switch it to active. And then cleanup is your AP extension, just so you get your options as soon as possible. You know, Mikasa takes advantage, similar to Pizza deck in general, or even just Mimosa, what's her name? The Mimosa deck with Noelle. that they all focus on these options, but Historia is the main focal point. This character gains all ability listed equal to the number of events. So if you have 4 or more, if this is on your front line once per turn, if you used an event this turn, choose up to 1 AP, switch it to active. It's got impact. Also, when attacking, choose up to 104th Cadet Corps affiliate on your field. It gains 1000 DP until the end of turn, so she's going to boost things up. But also, your Jaw Titan, basically draw a card, then place 1 card from your hand into the sideline. Then if you have 6 or more event cards in your sideline, switch this character to active. So she's going to get multi-attacks in, just because you're just trying to close out the game. You'll do the early aggression shenanigans and kind of just get your options in as much as possible, and boom, you're just going to be really applying some pressure that your opponent's just not going to like. Historia and Jaw Titan are going to be your game finishing strats, just because she's going to have the impact. This is going to let you attack twice, and again, that aggression, especially because you are playing at a curve of 4, your energy is not that terrible. Once you get to it, you're pretty set in stone. But all in all, I think this deck has probably the strongest aptitude in the form of rare battles. Main events, though, I don't know where it's going to go. Again, decks that can be low to the ground are really good. Taking in the account that there probably is one more list I could probably find for you guys. Let's just see if we can find Potato, the girls deck. Or maybe, let's see, public decks. Because I think there's one more red deck that I did not take into account. So let's do Attack on Titan, most viewed. Let's just main squads. The Golden Trio, this is probably the girls deck. Yeah. No? No, there is a Potato Girl? Oh. Attacking Aaron? No, that's the Aaron deck. We just want Mikasa. Give me Mikasa. Love and Death and Potatoes. This might be a version. Aaron. Dedicate Your Heart. Steam Potato. Omnidirectional. This is similar to what I'm working with here. I know there's a Mikasa list, if I remember correctly. That's like the Dedicate Your Hearts. This might be the Mikasa. Yeah, this one focuses a little bit more with Aaron, but it also plays the raid Mikasa. When played, if this character with Aaron Yeager card name on the field, choose up to 1 card with 3,500 DP or less on your opponent's front line, sideline it. Again, it has some work on it. You know, the corpse's removal, Dedicate Your Heart, Omnidirectional. I would probably just stick with this just because we're trying to be aggressive, but I understand. At the end of the day, it's just how you want to build it, especially with the Mikasa. If you have a character with Aaron Yeager in its name on your field, play this character, set it to active on your field, which is not bad, especially with impact. So with Mikasa, not a bad thing, right? But I think at the end of the day, I don't know how I would build a Mikasa list, but I think this might be a good starting point. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.